Our class. I hope my voice is audible to everyone. Is it right or not? So now I try to share my screen also. So please try to check once whether it is visible to you or not. I hope all of the members able to see the screen now. Is it right or not? May I continue my session now? Please respond through anyone chat box. Is it my voice is audible to everyone or not? And are you able to see my screen? So may I continue my session now? Please respond through anyone chat box. Yeah, thank you. Okay, in the last class, we are discussing about different types of integrity constraints, and we are discussing about joins, and we are discussing about group by, order by. But at the end of the session, I'm not observing my voice is muted. So I try to repeat those type of topics now. Next, to try to discuss about some of the examples of the ER diagrams. Okay, please observe once. Okay, in the last class, we are discussing about all these topics. What is the ER data model? So what are the types of symbols are used? What are the additional features of the ER data model? And so that means what are the additional features of ER data model actually? What are the additional features of ER data model? So like key attribute, okay, participation, so total participation or partial participation, and relationship instance, and aggregate relationship, and ternary relationship, reports to relationship, and class hierarchies. Right or not? In the last class, we are discussing about the group by and order by. At the same time, we try to discussing about the joins also. So these are the aggregate operations. If you are observe here, aggregate operations. So that why we are consider the aggregate operations are, so these are used for to performing the calculations easily. So that's why we are using the aggregate functions. So very these are very easy to remember. Okay, why? Because all the functions are having the same syntax. Just to try to replace only one thing. So in the exam point of view, we can easily remember about these topics. Okay, so I think the name is in place. What is the purpose of that particular operation? Okay, for example, sum operation is used for to performing the sum on the particular range of the attributes. In the same way, count. So count will be returns the how many number of rows are there. So we can consider anything. Minimum is used for to find out the minimum value in the given that particular attribute. In the same way, maximum also find out the maximum value, and average also performing the average thing. So then how we are using all these things? So if you are observe here, so for example, here I'm considering the student table. So in that student table, some marks are there. Okay, so now I want to find out what is the average. For example, how we are find out the average. So for example, 6 subjects are there. Then we can add the 6 subjects by 6. Am I right or not? So that is nothing but average. So here we are simply select AVG of marks. So that means here performing the average on the marks field from students. So that means we are easily find out the average. Okay, in the same way, count, select count of marks. So we can count anything. So we can count student number, student name, address, whatever it may be. So we can count, so that will be used for to counting the particular rows. How many number of rows are there? So here we are consider only 3. In the same way, select sum of marks. So that means total marks are added here and returns that total sum value. So that is 272. And we can find out the minimum marks. Select min of marks from student. So 86, select max of marks from student 98. So please remember these 5 functions. Why? Because in the exam point of view, asking about these functions. For example, maybe explain about aggregate functions. So or maybe directly asking the question. So how can you find out the maximum value? How can you find out the minimum value? How can you find out the average like this? Okay. And another thing is the order by. So this is also same like as group by. So order by is used for to order the tuples according to the given requirement. Okay. For example here, so if we are just only using the order by, then default it will be performing the ascending order. So if you want to perform, if you want to display the tuples in descending order, then you need to specify that. Okay. If you're observing here, if you're observing here, select test name from student. So that means it will be display the student names order by S name. So that means here we can order the tuples according to their names. Okay. But here we are not specifying whether it is ascending or descending. So default consider it is a ascending. So that's why here if you are observe here, so the names will be displayed in the ascending order. Bhaskar, Pavani, Stravani. I'm right or not? So just only here in this table only consider only 3 tuples. So maybe we are not able to identify clearly. But even though the table is having so many rows, we can easily performing the ascending order. Okay. So for example, if we want to find out the student names in the descending order, then we need to specify that. So if you observe here in the next example, select S name from select S name from student order by S name DESC. So what it means? So it will be display the names in the descending order. Okay, if you observe now, so Stravani is first, Pavani is next, Bhaskar is last. So that means it will be displayed in the descending order. So in the same way, we need not to only order the only character data type. We can based upon anyone. So for example, maybe according to the marks. For example, so we can display the student marks. So student names according to their marks. Okay. So if you observe here, select marks from students. So that means here we are only displaying the marks. Order by marks. So that means performing the ascending order. So then 86, 88, 98. So that means it is a ascending. For example, if you want to display in the descending order, then we need to specify at the end of the order by marks, we can include that DESC. Okay, then it will be displayed in the descending order. For example, so if you are asking the question about like this, for example, display the employee names according to their salaries. Okay, according to their salaries in the ascending order. Then how we can write that query? Simple. Select e name from employee order by, okay, order by sal. Simple. Then it will be performing the ascending order. Okay. So in that type of way, we are using the order by. In the last class, we are already discussing about the group by. So that's why I'm not discussing again. I think so. I'm already explained about all these things, but at the end of the session, I'm not observing my phone. So that is in mute. So that's why my voice is not visible, not audible to you. Okay. So that's why I'm repeating now. Okay. Next one is the join. So joins, this is also one of the important question in the exam point of view. Please remember this. So why I am saying number of times this is important question. So I'm observing so many question papers. In that question papers, so maybe the 50% question paper based upon to the queries only. For example, explain joins, or maybe explain DDL and DML commands, or maybe explain about group by having, so or maybe explain about triggers. Okay, so in this type of different types of queries asking in the exam point of view. Okay, so that's why you please try to, okay, please try to remember all these things. So join is also one of the important topic. So join, I think the name is in place. Join is used for to joining the tables. Okay, here we are using different types of joins. Okay, join class is used to combine the rows from 2 or more tables based on related column between them. Then So maybe you are having some doubt. So we are already using foreign key to join the tables. Then why you are using joins? Actually, in the case of foreign key and primary key, so there is should be specifying primary key and foreign key. Otherwise, we are not able to join. I'm right. But in the case of joins, we need not to specify anyone. So we are not having any type of the restrictions. Simply we can join the tables. Okay. So that means here we need not to specify any primary key, any foreign key. If the data is same, then it will be automatically performing the join. If you observe here, please observe clearly. Here I am consider this is the same example is also considered in the last classes. Again, I try to explain this. Okay. If you observe here, so here we are consider two tables. One is the EMP join and another one is the DEP join. Here the example is performs the important role. So because if you are not taking the example in the proper way, so then you can't explain clearly. So better you try to consider in this manner. Okay. Here I'm consider employee number, employee name, salary in one table. Department number, department name, and high. So why I'm consider the high here? So that high is match with the E number. So maybe again you are having the same doubt. So this is also same like as a primary key and foreign key concept. But here in the case of foreign key, we should be consider the same values according to the primary value. Am I right? But in the case of here, so we are not considering anything. So we can if you are observing here, employee number 12345. Okay, that is the here we need not to at least we need not to create primary key also. Okay, simply please remember this employee number 12345, employee name and salary. So next one is the DEP join here. 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. These are the department numbers and consider some department names. And high value is, if you observe here, 12378. Okay, so now I try to join which type of data is matched in the two tables. So which type of data is matched here? 123, 123 is matched. In the case of first table, 4, 5 is different. In the case of second table, 7, 8 is different. Okay, so that means if you join this, so only 123, 123 join. So that type of join is referred to as a inner join. Okay, or join. Okay, if you observe here the query, so only we need to join. So which are matched in the both tables. So that type of join is nothing but referred to as a inner join. And you please remember three types of joins are most important and easy to remember. So those are the first one is join, second one is left join, and third one is right join. Okay, so now first of all we try to see join. So the join operation is used for to performing the join the operations. So in one or more tables. Okay, so which are having the common data. Okay, so that is the purpose of join or inner join. Okay. Now if you see select star from EMP join E. So here I'm creating one object and join DEP join D on. Here we are not using where. Okay, on only. So E dot E number equal to D dot high. So that means so which are matched in the employee number in the employee table. So the with the department join. So only those are displayed. So if you observe here only 123, 123 is there. So that means only these three are common. So that's why only these three are joined. For example, in the case of left join, okay, in the case of left join, if you observe here, left join keyword returns all the records from the left table and matching the records from the right table. So that means here, so in the case of left join, display the left side relation tuples, but right side relation tuples also displayed which are matched with the left side. Okay, so that is nothing but there is nothing but left join. If you observe here, the same query, here we are not performing any changes. Just only here we place left is there in front of the join. Select star from EMP join E, left join, DEP join D on E dot E number equal to D dot high. So now if you observe here, only the left side relation tuples completely displayed. So what are the left side tuples? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm right. So I think you are able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm right. But in the case of department table, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 is there. But here if you observe, so only 1, 2, 3 is there, not 7, 8. Why? Because here we are only consider the left side relation. So how we can find out the left side relation? Before whatever it may be, you place the left join before the left join. So that will be considered as a left join. Okay. So left side relation. If you are observing your left join, EMP join is there. Am I right? So that's why it will be treated as the left table. Okay. Now the same thing is used into the right join also. So right join display right side relations tuples totally, but left side relation tuples also displayed, but which are matched with the right side. Okay, if you observe here, the right join keyword returns all records from the right table. So all records from the right table will be displayed, but which are matched in the left side, only those are also displayed. Okay, now if you see here, so just I'm replace the left with the right. Okay, select star from EMP join E, right join DEP join D on E dot E number equal to D dot high. Now if you observe here, so 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, that means 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 is there. But here, in the case of left join, only 1, 2, 3 is there. Why? Because that is only the matched with the right side. Okay, I hope all of the members clear this. So next one is the full outer join. Full outer join means nothing but all tuples will be joined. But here the problem is only 1, 2, 3, 1 to match. Remaining tuples not exactly match. Okay. So the if you're observing here, select star from EMP join E, full join. So up to now we are discussing about the 4 types of joins. The first one is join. Okay. Second one is left join. So next one is right join. Next one is full join now. Okay, full join. So that means only 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is exactly matched. So those are displayed into the same type of tuples. But if you observe here, 5, 4, and 7, 8 will be displayed into the another separate tuples. Okay. So now we try to discuss about the natural join. So natural join means nothing but, so this is also same appear like as a cross join. So that means here we need not to mention any type of the conditions. Okay, simply join. That's it. Okay, select star from EMP join E, natural join, DEP join D. So then we need not to specify where E dot E number equal to D dot high. So here in this type of here we need not mention any type of the conditions. Okay. If you observe here in the employee department, 5 rows are there. In the same way, DEP join also having the 5 tuples. So 5 into 5 totally 25 rows will be displayed. Okay. The same thing will be used for to the cross join also. And the cross join performing the multiplication. Okay. So that means, for example, one of the table having m rows and another table having n rows, then performing the m into n rows. So same type of output will be displayed. Here also we need not to mention any type of the conditions. Select start from EMP join E, cross join, DEP join D. Okay. So next one is the inner join. Inner join and join also giving the same type of output. So don't get confused. Okay. So the first one, so we are discussing about join. Am I right? So what is the purpose of join? So which are matched into the both tables, only those type of tuples displayed. So that means 1 to 3, 1 to 3. So in the same way, inner join also performing the same thing. So inner join keyword selects the records have matching values in both tables. So which are matched in the both tables, only those type of tuples will be displayed. Okay. So that means here 1 to 3, 1 to 3 is displayed. So here we try to mention inner. In the same way here we are mention full outer. So then what about the full outer? So those are also displayed total the tuples in both tables, but which are matched. So those are appear like as a single row, but which are not matched, those are appear like as a separate rows. Okay. So in this type of here we are discussing about different types of joins up to now. Okay, I hope all of the members able to clear this. Am I right? So now we try to discuss about the another topic. So that is Up to now, we're discussing about different types of joins and different types of queries also. Am I right? So now we'll try to discuss about the some of the examples. So how we are draw the ER diagrams. Okay. Or in which type of way, maybe in the exam asking the questions, then how we can write the answers. Am I right or not? So I hope all of the members able to see the screen. Right. So now I continue my session. Is it right? May I continue my session now? Is it my voice is audible clearly? Before we practicing this, so better you try to stay with one white paper and one pen. Okay. So why? Because so we are not having the clear idea. So if you see the observe the diagrams, if you practice the diagrams only, then you are having some idea. Okay. So may I continue my session now? Please respond anyone. May I continue my session? May I continue my session? Please respond anyone through chat box. Yeah, one of the person giving me reply. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So if you're observed here, so these are the ER diagrams and additional features also we are discussing about this. Okay. Please try to remember all these things. Okay. So I will try to share this WordPad with you in the group. Okay. Then maybe you're having some time to practice about this. Okay. So the first one, if you're observe here, so a college contains, so first of all, okay, ER diagrams examples. Here we are going to design about the ER model for college database. So how we are draw the ER diagram for college. Okay, college contains many departments. Each department can offer any number of courses. Many instructors can work in a department, and an instructor can work only in one department. For each department, there is a head. An instructor can be head of only one department. So each instructor can take any number of courses. A course can taken by only one instructor. A student can enroll for any number of courses. Each course can have any number of students. So in the exam point of view, also asking the question in the same way. So you'd rather a diagram for college database and you consider these conditions. So the first condition is a college contains many departments. So how you can understand this? So that means we try to represent so many departments in the college. So that is the first thing. Second thing, each department can offer any number of courses. So that means here some relationship is there. So one course is there and some departments is there. Each and every department offer some courses. Okay, many instructors can work in a department. So that means here instructor is also considered one of the entity and the department and the instructor relationship is works in. Okay, so next instructor can work in only one department. So that means here what we are representing one-to-one relationship. Okay, for each department there is a head. So that means here we are try to we can use the aggregate relationship also. Okay, an instructor can be head of the only one department. Okay, an instructor can be head of only one department. Each instructor can take any number of courses. So that means one of the faculty or instructor can teach any number of courses. So for example, maybe 2 subjects or 3 subjects like that. Okay, a course can taken by only one instructor. So that means each and every course will be handled by only one instructor. And another thing, a student can enroll any number of courses. Okay, so same like as the online certification. So each course can have any number of students. So that means one-to-many relationship. So each course can be selected by more than one student. So that means one-to-many relationship. So here, if you observe here, now I'm not explaining anything. So just I try to read here. So whatever it may be available here. So first of all, the first step when we draw the year diagram. So first of all, we try to identify the entities. So we also know about what is an entity. So what are the entities here? So department is one entity, course is one entity, instructor is one entity, student is one entity. So then what is the step two? Identify the relationships. So one department offers many courses. So, but one particular course can be offered by only one department. Hence, the cardinality between the department and the course is one to many. So that means here one department offers many courses. So that is what is the relationship one to many. Simple. One department has multiple instructors. So that is also nothing but a one to many. But instructor belongs to only one department. Hence, the cardinality between the department and instructor is one to many. So one department has only one head, and one head can be the head of only one department. So that means it is a one-to-one relationship. So one course can be enrolled by many students. It is a one course enrolled by many students, and one student can enroll many courses. So that means one course having many students, at the same time student having many courses. So that is nothing but many to many. Okay, one course is taught by only one instructor, but one instructor teach many courses. So that means it is a one to many, sorry, many to one. Okay, so in the same way, identify the key attributes. For example, so department name can be identify the department uniquely. Here the department name is the key attribute for the entity department. For example, CSE. So the same department name is not assigned to the another thing. So if you observe in our college, only one of the EC department is there. So there is no any other EC department. So that means here, so department name will be treated as unique. Okay, in the case of departments. So actually we are consider the department number. So for example, our department number is 500. Am I right? So how you see the results? So when the results are released in the PDF format, then how we can find out the results? Simple. So we try to search our roll number, for example, 19B8 1A0 501. Okay, so here we are stopped with the 501 series, and we try to check from that series to 501 to up to, so how many number of students are registered. Am I right or not? So department number is unique actually, but in this example only consider department name. Okay, course ID is the key attribute for course entity. Student ID is the key attribute for student entity. Instructor ID is the key attribute for instructor entity. So next, identify the other relevant attributes. For the department entity, other attributes are location. So for course entity, the other attributes are course name and duration. So instructor entity, other attributes are first name and last name and phone number. So for student entity, first name, last name, phone. Draw the complete year diagram. By connecting all these details, we can now draw the year diagram as a given below. So in the exam point of view also, you can try to represent in this manner. So how many number of entities are there? What are the types of attributes are we are included? What are the types of relationships are there? So which type of relationship it is, whether it is a one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, many-to-many. Okay, so in this type of you try to represent each and everything clearly. Next, you try to draw the year diagram. Okay, but in the case of exam point of view, first of all, you try to draw the year diagram first, then you can go for to the explanation. Okay, so like this. For example, if you are observing here, first of all, consider department. So why? Because department is also an entity. What are the attributes for the department entity? Department name and location. So department name will be treated as the primary key. So that's why it will be represented with the department name represented with the solid line. Okay. So next, department name will be treated as the single entity. So that means it is a strong entity. Next, course. So department offers so many courses. Am I right? So here the relation between course and the department is offers. If you observe here, so some line is there between course and department. So the relationship between the department and the course is offers.
So what are the attributes for the course? Course ID, course name, and course duration. Okay, so this course is taught by instructor. Okay, and the next one is, so this instructor is having the relationship with the department. At the same time, he is he is teaching that subject. So that's why course and instructor result is, relationship is taught or is taught by. Okay, so that means here teaching the course. Okay, now what are the attributes for the instructor? So instructor name, instructor ID, last name, first name, like that, and student details like this. So in this type of way, you can draw the ER diagram. I hope all of the members able to understood. So how we are draw this diagram. Okay. So please try to practice these type of ER diagrams in your home. So if you having any type of the doubts, you can try to search in the Google. So you can so directly giving the question. So how you can draw the, so sorry, ER diagram for hospital, ER diagram for college. Okay, ER diagram for, so in that way, so you can observe so many diagrams, then you're having some idea. Okay, so now we try to observe the second one. Sorry. Okay, second one. So that is ER diagram for airlines reservation system. Okay, so first of all, we try to identify what are the entities are there. Okay, what are the entities are there better. So in the exam point of view, if the asking the question is like this, so then you try to represent total additional features of ER data model. Okay, so here, so in the case of airline reservation system, what are the entities are there? Some airport is there. Okay, airplane is there, passenger is there. So and another thing, airlines. Okay, so these are the four entities mainly. Okay, next we try to consider the some necessary entities also. Okay, okay, now if you are observe here, now if you are observe here, first of all, airport. So actually here airline reservation system. So airport is there, airport attributes. So what is the airport code? For example, if it is Vijayawada, whether it is Rajahmundry, whether it is Kakinada, so whether it is Hyderabad, it's like this. Okay, so we try to represent with the code first of all. Next name of the airport. Next country, in which country is there. So next city. Okay, in this type of way, first of all, we try to represent the attributes. So next one, we are consider the airplane. So this airplane is, so lands on the particular airport. Am I right or not? So here we try to observe the attributes for the airplane. Okay, register number, type, seats. So it should be represented in the unique manner. Okay, so next one, airplane owned by airlines. Okay, so that means these are the some additional facilities provided by the provided for the customers. Okay, so if you observe here, so this airplane is so controlled by using airlines. Okay, so here airlines also having some separate codes and some separate names, and these airlines having the relationship with some other entities. So book office, and if you observe here, so booking office. So booking office also having some attributes, and so these are also having some relationship. So what is the relationship between booking office and flight? So has booking. Okay, so booking office is used for to booking the particular aeroplane. Okay, so if you observe here, so when we are booking some particular aeroplane, so then, so which type of attributes are here we are consider, which type of class it is, and mention the from and to, and date of the arrival, and date of the arrival time. Okay, so and another one, departure date, and okay, department time. Okay, so next departure time. So next one is the flight. So which flight it is. Okay, in this type of we should be know about the offices. Okay, so next one is fare. How much of fare it is? Okay, so that fares will be decided by the route. So that means completely verified by the admin here. Okay, so that means according to that route, so we can selecting our path. So in this type of way, we can okay, in the same way we can consider the some other AI diagrams also. So we try to discuss it in the next class. Okay, so please try to practice one thing in for the next class. So AI diagram, you better. I think you are having some idea now. So now you try to draw AI diagram for college, another one AI diagram for airline reservation system in your own way. Okay, if you are doing this, send to my mail. Okay, so then I will verify. But when you send to my mail, so please attach your number also. Okay. If you having any type of the doubts, you can ask me now. So otherwise, I will end the session today. Okay. If you having any type of the doubts, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I will end the session. And if you completing this ER diagrams, then we completely closing the third unit. Then we can start the fourth unit also. Okay. Up to now, we are not receiving any type of the mid notification first minute. Okay, but before releasing the date, we try to prepare and attempt to first minute. Okay. If you hang in type of any type of the questions, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I will end the session today. You can respond through chat box. Okay. Otherwise, I will try to unmute all of you. Okay. If you hang any type of the doubts, you can ask me now. So otherwise, okay. But you please try to remember all these topics in the exam point of view. So these are very important. Okay, how we are representing the ER diagram. Why? Because that is also having the 14 marks in the exam question paper. So one of the part will be asking about what are the additional features of ER data model, or what is the ER data model, how we are using the ER data model, like this. Okay, another question will be asking in the own way. Okay, so that means here directly asking the question, for example, ER diagram for hospital, ER diagram for university, ER diagram for courses offered by the students, like this, whatever it may be. Okay. So if you having the better, you try to practice so more number of ER diagrams in your homes. Okay. Okay. Try to practice these two questions in your homes in your free times. Okay. So that is one of the ear diagram is related to the college, and one of the ear diagram is related to the airline reservation system. So you can draw in your own way. So here I'm not mentioning any conditions. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Have a nice day. Take care.